Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum. It's a great pleasure to see you again here in our lovely city of Kazan for KazanSummit 2014. Thank you very much for the support, and let me give a word to somebody who has been very much supportive, and under his patronage this event was growing and growing, and I sincerely believe that it will continue for many years to come. His Excellency, Mr. President of the Republic of Tatarstan, Rustam Minnihanov.
Просьба использовать оборудование. My English bad, I'm sorry. Уважаемые дамы и господа, рад приветствовать вас в столице нашей республики, город Казани. Благодарю вас за интерес, проявленный Татарстану. Для многих из присутствующих ежегодные встречи на саммите в Казани стали доброй традицией. KazanSummit проводится в этом году уже 6-й раз. Его значение с каждым годом возрастает. Начинался он как площадка для обсуждения вопросов исламского банкинга. Сегодня саммит перешел в более широкий формат, расширился круг его участников, обогатилось содержание. Мероприятие уже третий год проходит под названием Международный экономический саммит России и стран ОАС. В этом году для участия в форуме зарегистрировалось 500 из 26 стран мира, а также 14 услуги. Это тоже позволяет бизнесу быстро, оперативно решать свои задачи. Широко используем механизм стимулирования, то есть льготы. Сегодня республика является привлекательной площадкой. Многие западные компании выбрали Татарстан как площадку для ведения бизнеса. Это компании Ford, Cummins, General Motors, 3M, Armstrong, Intel, Microsoft, Cisco, Daimler, Bazov, Siemens, Erlikit, Schneider Electric, Mitsui, Mitsubishi, Якогава, Fujitsu, наши турецкие партнеры Hayat Holding, Holding Shirajan, Philip, Rockwell и многие другие компании. Проводимая работа, она дает свои результаты. Объем поступивших в прошлом году в Татарстан прямых иностранных инвестиций превысил 400 миллионов долларов США. Общий объем накопленных инвестиций превысил цифру 4 миллиарда долларов США. Я хочу сказать, что наша республика выступает пилотной площадкой для адаптации новых нововведений, которые воплощаются в Российской Федерации для улучшения инвестиционного климата. Хорошей подспорьей для нас это проведенная в прошлом году универсиада, которая позволила привести порядок транспортной инфраструктуры. Было построено много спортивных объектов. Даже вот этот комплекс, где мы сегодня находимся, это один из центровых объектов, который был построен в рамках проводимой универсиады. Следующий год чемпионат мира по водным видам спорта. Представители более 200 стран прибудут. Я уверен, что представители ваших стран тоже будут. Чемпионат мира по футболу. Казань, вы видите, у нас прекрасный стадион, будет принимать игры чемпионата мира по футболу в 2018 году. Ну и хочу сказать, что инвестирование средств в производство – это процесс длительный. Решения принимаются на десятилетия с учетом всех возможных рисков. Все опасения и проблемы, которые имеются у инвесторов, могут быть сняты или существенным образом нивелированы только благодаря качественной совместной работе всех органов власти. Я еще раз хочу сказать, что и федеральный, и региональный, и муниципальный уровень, он должен понимать и поддерживать интересы бизнеса. Это наша общая задача. И мы в этом направлении очень активно работает. Мы сегодня создали 13 регионов, сейчас количество их будет до 15, ассоциации инновационных регионов. Сегодня эту ассоциацию я возглавляю. И ассоциация дает многие инициативы, которые позволяют сделать нашу страну более инвестиционно привлекательной. Программа нашего саммита очень содержательная, насыщенная. Я уверен, что каждый из вас получит массу информации, будет много сессий, встреч. Мы будем сейчас встречаться, пересекаться. Если будут какие-то пожелания, уважаемые наши партнеры, мы готовы организовывать отдельные встречи, отдельно с вами обсуждать. Я считаю, что кроме того, что вы пообщаетесь на форуме, есть прекрасная возможность ознакомиться с нашей самобытностью, с нашей историей. В субботу мы приглашаем всех вас на Сабантуй, рядом здесь Славянский район. Это такой специфичный праздник, который очень любимый наш праздник людей, которые как бы это татарский праздник, но в этом празднике принимают участие все. Я еще раз хочу поблагодарить каждого из вас, кто приехал к нам, за то, что вы откликнулись на наше приглашение. Уверен, что мы сегодня найдем много интересных проектов, много интересных контактов. Желаю вам приятного и полезного пребывания в Республике Татарстан. Большое спасибо. Thank you very much. Виктор Рахман.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for detailed briefing on the investment potential of the Republic of Tatarstan. And the reason for telling all this is because this is business breakfast, because we got to talk about business. Now, we have all the honorable guests at this table, and the ministers, and the members of parliament, and others that will be speaking at our strategic forum, which will be right after this business breakfast. And the main theme of the strategic forum this year is the food security. So we will be talking about food security, we will be talking a lot of things, and everybody will have their time to say. Now, still, let me come back to the regional development. But what is the perception of the region? As the Republic of Tatarstan, we have been very actively moving around the world, and one of the countries that we go every year with our president and participate in a number of events is United Arab Emirates. The relationship that we were building with this lovely country is going through a very dynamic and rapid pace. Now, taking this into consideration and a lot of potential for the future growth. Starting from this year, we introduced a new status, the honorary country status. So United Arab Emirates is a country of the honor of KazanSummit 2014. And let us give some applause for this support. Gentlemen, now my question will be very simple. When a lot of foreigners are looking at Russian Federation, the only places they know basically is Moscow, St. Petersburg, and of course now Kazan. But do they know any other regions? What is their understanding of the regional development which is taking place in our country? So with this question, I would like to pass the microphone to His Excellency Mr. Sultan Said Mohammed Al-Mansouri, who is the Minister of Economy of the United Arab Emirates, and get his view. What is the perception of Russian regions from the United Arab Emirates? Please, Your Excellency.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Your Excellency, President Rostov Minikhanov, the President of the Republic of Tatarstan, ladies and gentlemen, I am one of the people who were very much surprised when I arrived here in Kazan yesterday for the first time. In terms of, number one, the warmth, not only the weather, which is very nice, but also the people of Kazan and Tatarstan, which we have received since we arrived here, myself and the largest delegation from the UAE in this forum. I was very impressed also with the city, the beauty of the city and how well it is organized and developed also. This was a big surprise for all of us, Your Excellency. This is definitely a lot of work has been put in the development of this place, a lot of thoughts. What was also very nice to see is the multiple cultures that you have created here in Kazan. It sort of reminds us of history of what is called Granada in Spain, in Andalusia, where different cultures and religions live together and jointly develop quite an interesting civilization, which we're all still proud of and could learn a lot of. Going back to the issue of how do we see the Russian Federation and in terms of the republics and specifically the Republic of Tatarstan, I would like just to highlight one point, and please do not think because I'm sitting here with the President of Tatarstan, I'm saying this. I want to compliment the President of Tatarstan and also the government of Tatarstan for being able to put Tatarstan on the international map. Specifically in the UAE, they have worked very hard to create a recognition of this republic, of the development that is taking place in Tatarstan, and of the importance of creating a relationship with other countries, including the UAE and many countries in the OIC and around the world. Of course, we stand to learn from each other. When I look at, in my just short brief visit so far, I see huge potential. One, due to the strategic geographical location of Kazan, right in the middle between the East and the West, the Far East and maybe China, which is playing a major role in the world economy, Europe on the other side, and also our region, and even beyond. The issue of logistics come to my mind, where the map of logistics of the world is changing. It's not anymore what it used to be, which is basically going maybe from sometime west to east. It has changed a lot. Let us recognize that, and with that in mind, we have to remap the trade routes of the world, by which certain places, such as Kazan, will be a major role in the logistic system, air and land. Of course, when I saw the river, I thought it was a sea. It's a huge river. You have a blessing here, Mr. President, of this beautiful river you have over here, which could be also utilized for another mode of transportation. The UAE experience was based on starting with almost nothing in 1971. We were a small country, we just started, but we had a vision to develop and build. And from that, we decided the most important element of this is to educate the people and provide for efficiency in the government. So the structure of the government was a priority for us, and how it functions, how in relation to other parts of the businesses. Then came, where are the strengths of our economy and our country? Oil and gas was 90% of our GDP in 1971. Diversification of our economy led us to oil and gas now participating only less than 30% to the GDP of the country. So 70% of the GDP is coming from other areas. This is where we have trade, industry, services, tourism, and now we are coming up with another challenging sector that we are developing, which is the sector of innovation and knowledge economy. By 2021, the UAE will be 50 years old, and we expect innovation to contribute up to 5% into the UAE economy. This is where we could learn more also, Your Excellency, from your expertise at the technical level and universities level in innovations, and how we can jointly also create possible funds to finance these kind of innovations and to be able to compete in the world commercially through these kind of joint products. Another area that we could also cooperate on is the area of free zones. The UAE is having almost 30 free zones, from Jebel Ali, which is the most famous, to many others also, including Silicon Oasis and including Media City, areas that I could see with the plan and where Kazakhstan is moving that we also can extend expertise and the know-how and the knowledge of this area through the signing of memorandum of understanding and some kind of agreement between our two sides. The trade between our two sides, which is between the Russian republics and the UAE, is almost $3 billion. I do feel that it's a small number and there is a need to increase that, and hopefully the private sector will be able to do that. UAE investments in the whole of Russia is reaching almost $22 billion, and also Russian investments is continuing in the UAE and also from Kazakhstan. The area of town planning is another area that we could, from both sides, also highlight and we could also cooperate on. Going back also to the question of, do we know all the republics in the Israelis? Honestly, I will tell you one thing, Excellency. I think there are 25, right?
Well, there are 85 Russian regions.
No, republics.
The republics, they are Central Asian republics, and
how many are there?
well, there were 15 altogether.
25, I think, right? I don't know. Does anyone know how many republics? 50. So, 50. So, I maybe will check later on also. I will just go and make sure. But he's responsible for the numbers, excellent. But, you know, there are some of them are so small that I did not really knew about them. So there are so many republics that there is a need from the leadership of these republics to promote these republics and be able to also create this kind of relationship that has been created specifically and in a very special way between the UAE and the Republic of Tatarstan. Once again, I really applaud His Excellency the President of Tatarstan for creating this, because in the term, during my term in the government, I have noticed your activity and your participations in international conferences in the UAE, in exhibitions, and also representation from the government of Tatarstan. And to me, this is the way how leadership should be also doing to come to a situation like this. I thank you very much for having us also here and our delegation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And now, let me just come back again to the history of KazanSummit. Back in 2012 was the year when, for the first time, together with the Federation Council of the Russian Federation, jointly we were working on KazanSummit, and since then we are together. I think the reason is very simple, because the Federation Council is representing the Russian regions in our federal government. And we have here the representative of Federation Council, the Deputy Chairman, Mr. Ilyas Mahanov, and Mr. Mahanov, I still want you to talk about the regions and the countries. Is this development possible? Do we see that regions are active on the international market, and that the relationship or the example that Tatarstan is trying to set today is applicable for other regions? Please.
Уважаемые друзья, коллеги, I will follow the president of Tatarstan and I will speak Russian. Мне прежде всего хочется выполнить поручение председателя Совета Федерации Валентина Ивановна Матвиенко, моих коллег-сенаторов, которые здесь присутствуют, и передать вам слова приветствия и пожелания успешной работы. На самом деле уже 3 года Совет Федерации принимает участие в подготовке KazanSummit. Мы рассматриваем этот форум как одно из центральных мероприятий, проводимых при участии Совета Федерации в регионах России. И видим, как год от года авторитет, значение этой уникальной экспертной диалоговой площадки взаимодействия России и стран Организации исламского сотрудничества становится все более видимой и значительной. Набирает обороты и парламентские составляющие. Вот уже 3 года парламентарии стран Организации исламского сотрудничества собираются здесь, в Казани. В этом году в форуме принимают участие парламентарии из 15 стран. Мы намерены обсудить широкий круг вопросов, начиная от продовольственной безопасности, вопросов мировой политики, инвестиционного климата. Все это очень нас интересует, как и интересует необходимость законодательного сопровождения тех решений, которые обсуждаются, не только обсуждаются, но и облекаются в форму конкретных контрактов, проектов, реализуемых и в Татарстане, и на территории Российской Федерации. Хочу сказать, что опыт Татарстана, и об этом сегодня очень впечатляюще рассказывал президент Рустам Нургалиевич Миниханов, является очень привлекательной моделью не только для регионов России, но и, наверное, для целого ряда других стран, поскольку Татарстан демонстрирует и динамичное развитие, и динамичное экономическое, технологическое, но, что немаловажно, и социально-культурное развитие. И в этом смысле мы заинтересованы, чтобы распространять этот опыт и эту лучшую практику на другие регионы Российской Федерации. Я думаю, что свидетельством растущего авторитета KazanSummit является участие представительной делегации Организации исламского сотрудничества. Здесь представлены два руководителя департамента. В феврале месяце мы встречались в Джиде с генеральным секретарем, с президентом Исламского банка развития. Я думаю, что перспективы такого сотрудничества между Россией и Организацией исламского сотрудничества и странами исламского мира очень хорошие. Ведь уже сегодня из 80 миллиардов товарооборота, которые существуют между Россией и странами Организации исламского сотрудничества, более 20, порядка 25% приходится на регион. И речь идет не только о товарообороте, а речь идет о более продвинутых формах взаимодействия, это инвестиционное сотрудничество, это создание совместных предприятий, это кооперации, в том числе в такой важной для всех нас сфере, как сфера агропромышленного производства. Не случайно, что при Организации исламского сотрудничества создана специальная организация промышленной безопасности со штаб-квартирой в Казахстане. Мы намерены активно развивать отношения с нашими новыми партнерами. Позвольте мне в заключение искренне от души поблагодарить руководство Татарстана, которое на протяжении всего этого времени целенаправленно работает не только на авторитет и престиж своей замечательной республики, этого прекраснейшего города, но и на авторитет, и влияние, и расширение такого экономического взаимодействия всех регионов Российской Федерации. Спасибо.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rana. I think no surprise that he mentioned a lot about OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation. It has been quite a while since we were developing our relationship with this organization, and if you remember, back in 2005, Russian Federation has got a status in this organization as an observer. And here today we have a representative of the Secretary of OIC, and I would like to pass the word to you. Your Excellency, the question again will be, you came to Russia. You are sitting in one of the most dynamic regions of Russian Federation. I think you know about it. Now, what is still your perception about the region? How do you see the OIC countries and the regions of Russian Federation could cooperate? Please, thank you.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. في البداية اسمحوا لي أن أتقدم بوافر الشكر والتقدير لفخامة الرئيس رستم، ونحن نتذكر زيارته إلى مقر منظمة التعاون الإسلامي. وأيضا أحيي سعادة الوزير المنصوري من الإمارات والسيد مسؤول البرلمان. إنها سعادة بالغة أن نكون في هذا الاجتماع الذي يجسد معنى التآخي ومعنى التعاون المتبادل فيما بين الشعوب والأمم على اختلاف أديانها وأجناسها. ومنظمة التعاون الإسلامي فخورة جدا بهذه العلاقات المتنامية مع الفدرالية الروسية وتحديدا مع جمهورية تتارستان، ولقد تنامت هذه العلاقات ونحن بصدد أن نعمل مزيد من أجل تنمي ذلك. أنا فخور جدا بأن أستمع إلى رئيس همه الأساسي الاقتصاد والاستثمار. نحن عادة نتكلم كثير في السياسة، ولكن ما سمعته اليوم هو اقتصاد في اقتصاد، وأنا أود أن أستغل هذه المناسبة وأهني الشعب في تتارستان على أنهم لديهم رئيس بهذا المعنى والاهتمام الكبير للشؤون الاقتصادية والاستثمارية. منظمة التعاون الإسلامي كما تعلمون منطقة واسعة حباها الله الكثير من الميزان، ففيها الرأس المال والاستثمار، وفيها الأراضي الطيبة الواسعة، وفيها أيضا الأفكار وحاملين الأفكار. ولذلك نحن نسوق في هذا الاجتماع لأن يكون مزيد من التعاون في العلاقات الاقتصادية في التجارة البينية فيما بين دول منظمة التعاون الإسلامي وفيما بين دول الفدرالية الروسية وخاصة تتارستان التي سمعنا العديد من مجالات الاستثمار فيها. أريد أن أسوق لبعض المشاريع التي تقوم بها المنظمة وأدعو المستثمرين من القطاع الخاص في هذا البلد في الفدرالية بشكل عام. وهو عندنا مشروع كبير جدا يربط بور السنغال داكار في السنغال إلى بور السودان بسكة حديد حوالي 10,000 كيلومتر، والمجال مفتوح لرجال الأعمال وللجميع أن يشترك. لدينا صندوق أبو ظبي مشترك في ذلك، لدينا البنك الإسلامي وأنتم تعرفون عن إسهامات هذا البنك، ولدينا منظمة الأمم المتحدة مكتب الجنوب في هذا الجانب، وندعو تتارستان والمستثمرين في ذلك أن يقوموا. تلقينا رسالة بالاهتمام بالفود سيكوريتي، ونحن لدينا منظمة في كازاخستان جديدة، ونتعشم أن يكون التعاون في هذا الإطار في إطار الزراعة والأمن الغذائي والصناعات الغذائية. وأنا أعرف أنه الأمن الغذائي هو موضوع يحتاج على اهتمام في هذا البلد. وأشعر أيضا بأن أتقدم بالشكر للجميع، وأن تكون إن شاء الله نتائج ومخرجات هذا القمة رائعة جدا ومفيدة. والسلام عليكم.
And here, just next to me, we have Delaware Asset Management, the company that we jointly, the Tatarstan Republic and the Germany company established Green Technology Fund. That was their first project, I believe, in Russian regions. And apparently I found out that the relationship doesn't only stop in Germany and Tatarstan working on certain projects. When we are talking about extending the projects, when we are talking about using financing resources and so on, this is where suddenly we end up together in United Arab Emirates, talking to investment funds and so on. So I think there's a lot of cooperation anyway going in the world, despite whatever is happening in international area.
I came to Russia for the first time in 1993 as a German. And you would think maybe German-Russian relations are difficult. We had one world war, second world war, but actually relations are very good. In Tatarstan, for example, the University of Tatarstan was founded by German professors, and we felt very much at home. We also think we have strong relations to the Middle East, and we see great potential of cooperation between Germany and Tatarstan and Germany and the Middle East. What the minister has said, we see great potential for the modernization of this region. Back in '93, I was engaged in rating the Russian regions, and Tatarstan came out as the highest rated. Today, I'm very proud to report that the European Investment Bank has decided to invest with Tatarstan. The European Investment Bank invests 70 billion euros per year, and the first time they did anything with Russia, they did it together with Tatarstan this year. They just took the decision. So while it may be the interest of our American friends to have some fight between Europe and Russia, our interest is to work together, to cooperate, We have great potential in modernizing the Russian economy. We have great potential. For example, we have here Tatneft. Tatneft is one of the leading oil companies in the world in terms of water efficiency. Our Green Gateway Fund invests in German companies that offer technology in Europe, for Tatarstan companies like Tatneft, to get to closed water cycle, no waste water. Those technologies are also applicable to United Arab Emirates and other Middle East countries. So we very much look forward to working together with the Islamic Cooperation and the region of Tatarstan, which, as I mentioned, is probably the strongest region we know in Russia. Thank you very much.
I came here for the first time also, but his introduction to Russian Federation started not from Tatarstan. He started from our neighbors, Republic of Bashkortostan. And still, yesterday we had a lovely chat after the reception, and we were discussing all the opportunities that could exist between the businesses of Middle East and the regions of Russian Federation. Mr. Issa, please, I would like you to share your view on how the regional development, the development of Russian Federation with countries of Middle East could be built now, taking into consideration still, I know you are the graduate of political science, still taking into consideration some of the political issues. Please.
Good morning, gentlemen. As a matter of fact, it was my first experience to be in the Russian Federation not long ago, as a matter of fact. I've been actually working in many countries in the world across the globe, from the United States of America to Brazil, Middle East, and so on and so forth, and in Europe, of course, Africa as well. So that was my first encounter. A few months ago was my first encounter with the Russian Federation. As a matter of fact, I was really impressed, extremely impressed of what I have seen. I noticed that we have really a civilized society. Misconception probably from looking at things from the outside would be different, as you know, but definitely I've seen something very impressive indeed. Definitely there are the advantages, the big advantages in the Russian Federation, and of course there are, as usual in any other countries, there are disadvantages or areas to be improved. But one of those encounters that I had that I would like to share with you, I think that was interesting for me in my research, looking at the Russian Federation. Actually, I met several foreign scientists coming from actually the United States, from Britain, and so on and so forth. One of those scientists was really a nuclear physicist. He headed a certain team in 1992 to come to, or 1991, 1993, to come to the Russian Federation at the time after the disintegration of the Soviet Union. What was very interesting to hear that guy was one of the teams, and having certain team who specializes in nuclear physics. So what I was told at that time, that team came from the West, from London, MIT, from the USA, and so on and so forth, one of the best institutions in science coming from the West. He said when we arrived to this country, in order to explain to them how to, let's say, safeguard the nuclear assets that this ex-Soviet Union had, plus other technologies, how to protect them and so on, he said we were there to teach them how to do it. But to our surprise, we turned to these students, they were about 15 to 20 years ahead of us in science at that time. So I can really say that there's a great potential from the scientific point of view, no doubt about it, because the Russian Federation, as a matter of, let's say, culture, are really geared in the scientific and technology field that really can be very, very competitive. And that definitely will contribute to the civilization for now and for the future. And I'm sure there are a lot of assets also in the oil and gas industry, also coming myself from the oil and gas industry. A lot of technologies that do exist and needs, of course, development. and investment. So I really find an excellent opportunity to invest in Russia in general. And of course, I don't forget Tatarstan, because Tatarstan was the one that catched my let's say attention, as a matter of fact. Because when I was looking for new technologies, especially in the oil and gas industry, it was really, let's say, all my attention was coming to that direction, to Tatarstan. But my really best attention, when I really visited Tatarstan, and I've seen how active is the president and the current leadership of Tatarstan in developing, and how serious they are in developing Tatarstan. And I really appreciate that. I find that there will be an excellent opportunity of cooperation, and that would definitely help the Russian Federation as well as the Islamic world. So much to do. We have to open doors with each other. We have to really test things in reality rather than hearing about misconceptions and misperceptions of things. It is really important that the doors are open, and communications are open between not only the Islamic world, but the whole world and the Russian Federation. Thank you very much.
It was created to promote the Republic of Tatarstan and to deal with international investors. And of course, it's not only the Republic of Tatarstan which is establishing specific bodies to work with investors. All over Russia, basically in every region, we have now investment development agencies, we have development corporations and so on. Those special bodies to work, to cooperate, to bring in investors from all around the world. And that is the part of the regional development. Now, taking into consideration that the movements are all over and somehow it has been not really orchestrated, the Ministry of Regional Development of Russian Federation has decided and got approval from the leadership of Russian Federation to establish a federal investment development agency or investment promotion agency. Here today we have the CEO of Russian Investment Agency Invest in Russia, Mr. Yuri Wojciechowski.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I think we couldn't choose a more appropriate topic and just see how we can face everyone. It's difficult. I think we couldn't choose a more appropriate topic of today's meeting, which is making future and promoting Russian regions. Indeed, I believe that Russian regions is a key source of growth in Russia, as well as agriculture. Actually, I made this point about a year ago. I published an article in Sberbank magazine, and I was talking exactly about these 2 points about agriculture and Russian regions. So it is a special pleasure for me to see that this became focus of today's event. And as you know, attraction of foreign investments is indeed relevant not just for regions but for whole Russian Federation. This was emphasized by President's speech at the recent Petersburg Economic Forum. Lina already mentioned that many investment promotion agencies in regions, indeed most of the Russian regions already have such agencies. Ours are being established. We are also helping in this process. There are about 70 already investment promotion regions, investment promotion agencies in regions in Russia. We estimate there will be in total probably about 100, because in addition to 85 regions, big municipalities have their agencies as well. And to help coordinate this work, we recently, under our agency, established Association of Investment Promotion Agencies, and already more than half of Russian regions is joined that. And in this recognition of special work which is being done here in Tatarstan, we appointed Lina as a president of this association, and we're planning we already organized a number of events and planning in several weeks to organize special training for regions in collaboration with World Association of Domestic Promotion Agencies. When we talk about regions, one often asks, is there a competition between regions? Indeed, there is a healthy competition, but more important is collaboration, because success story of one region is a success story of Russia. And when one region builds, for example, car assembly plant, where as production increases, the need to produce components, and there are opportunities for other regions to have investors too. So we see that there is a synergy between one region success and investments in other regions. And indeed, today we have a historic meeting. Unfortunately, our Ministry of Regional Development, he was planning to be here. He's heading our supervisory board. He has a meeting today, government meeting headed by Prime Minister, so he apologies he will be here, but tomorrow we have the interesting event. There will be signing of a cooperation agreement between Ministry of Economy of Emirates and Russian Regional Development Agency. This is the first time in Russian history there will be such agreement signed, and we also plan several bilateral meetings with companies from Emirates. I would like also to say that we now focusing on certain regions in terms of attracting investments, and Emirates and Middle Eastern region for us is priority. And recently went there to annual investment meeting, and we're already in discussion with several companies from the region as well as sovereign funds. And last but not least, I would like to emphasize that when you make investment, the most important is to have the right information. And number one is what our agency will do is not only provide you with relevant, accurate information about investment opportunities in Russia, but also identify for you right partners, identify for you interesting deals. And we are here to help you to reduce risks, and we are prepared to follow you at all stages of project implementation. So this is time to invest in Russia. This is time to make special deals in Russia. So I wish you all success at this conference. Let's find ways how we can do business together. Invest in Russia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we still need to add, invest in Russia, invest in Russian regions. Thank you very much. Now, let me come back to the history. Back in 2009, when we started this summit, we were thinking how we can use this instrument or this platform to apply Islamic financial, Islamic economic models to the economy of the Russian Federation. Since then, there were a lot of things done from this summit, but the recent development that we have is with the insurance company Allianz. And I would like to give a word to Olga Stepanova. She will give us in 2 minutes, very briefly please, in 2 minutes, the reason why she is here and why the international insurance company Allianz found KazanSummit a place to be. Please.
Благодарю вас. Я хочу выразить слова благодарности уважаемому Исламу Галиевичу. Благодарю вас за то, что вы приглашаете нашу компанию «Альянс Жизнь в России». Мы являемся частью мировой компании «Альянс Иншуранс». Страна имеет опыт более 120 лет в своей практике. И в 2006 году она продукт, который соответствует исламским нормам страхования в Индонезии. Теперь мы работаем в Саудовской Аравии, в Арабских Эмиратах, Турции, Египте, Малайзии и других странах. Я хочу сказать, что действительно KazanSummit является стартовой площадкой в полном полной мере того слова, как это есть. Потому что в прошлом году мы подписали меморандум о разработке продукта, соответствующий нормам ислама, но не противоречащий российскому законодательству. Теперь мы это выполнили к саммиту 2014 года. Остались технические вопросы, которые всегда возникают на фоне запуска. Но на данном этапе хочу сказать еще особые слова благодарности Ленару Габдельнуровичу, который действительно является новатором и инициатором очень серьезных и долгосрочных перспективных проектов для развития государства. Желаю саммиту, чтобы данная стартовая площадка давала возможности развития в многих областях. Спасибо за внимание.
Today with us here we have the representative of PricewaterhouseCoopers, and please, I'm so sorry to keep you late, but 1 minute.
Okay. Good morning, Khalid. Доброе утро, dear colleagues. We're here at PwC in Tatarstan for 7 years, and we work with different investors. We work with investment agency. And honestly speaking, I would like to share with you my experience that last year I made one mistake. I thought that last year this hall was full of guests. It was a big mistake. This year this hall full of guests. Thank you very much for coming to Tatarstan. I believe that it's one of the biggest opportunities to make business in Russia, and it's one of the most developed regions. My experience as head of practice in Kazan is based on our experience that PwC grown up from 15 people 7 years ago to 200 people now, and it's near 10% of all consultants in Russian Federation. It's a very good example how to make business here and how you can make and how you can find opportunities to make business here. So I know that I have only 1 minute, and I would like to finish by to say thank you to Lenar, thank you to Rustam Nurgalич for all efforts that they do to make Tatarstan the best place to make international investments. So Lenar, oh no, I have additional time.
No, it's over. I'm so sorry.
Thank you very much.
We have here the representative of Russia Beyond the Headlines. He's here on. I can't find him because he is not. But I just would like to mention that Russia Beyond the Headlines is something which is taking regions of Russian Federation to the outside world. And a lot of newspapers, magazines, and whatever in an international market today are getting exposure of the right information, as Mr. Issa said, about the Russian Federation and about the regions of Russian Federation. And we have another partner of us who's supposed to talk, but I think we have run out of time, and I just would like to tell you that KPMG is our partner just the same way as PricewaterhouseCoopers, and I think they will have an opportunity to talk tomorrow, to talk today. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much for taking active part in this breakfast. Now, right after this, we will be having strategic forum, where the main topic of the conversation will be food security. Right after that, we will be having Tatarstan UAE Business Forum. We will be having a forum on the food security, and then there will be all of the events. Once again, I would like to thank you very much for active support of this event, and I hope that we will be always together driving toward the development of our country. Thank you so much.